How are you feeling, buddy?
I feel good. It's nice to be by your side. It's a familiar place for me these days.
Exactly. Comfort zone. I can get out of the shadow of Johnny's nose and into the light. That's why it was so dark and backlit on the last cast.
I know. I was trying to DM Johnny to stop standing side on, but he just wouldn't turn. But we're sorted now.
Absolutely sorted. AztraL versus ApparentlyJack. We saw a lot more of AztraL in the matches that we casted, but we got a fair bit of ApparentlyJack. What do you think are the keys to victory here for ApparentlyJack?
I think Jack has to keep possession, goal right off the bat. He has to keep possession, keep the pressure on, because AztraL will make mistakes. As good as a player as he is likely to make mistakes. So just keep the pressure on, stick to your fundamentals, and basically just pressure AztraL into cracking, I reckon.
And then probably to be said for AztraL to try and keep a cool head, although I do feel that the tilt factor is maybe overestimated for AztraL, but after that, maybe I don't know. Maybe that's a dumb statement that I've made here.
Yeah, as you can see, very liable to make mistakes. You know, he's a weird one. One of the best players in the world mechanically, but then he just does things like that, and you're like, oh my goodness, how did you get out of platinum? He just so hot and cold, it's unbelievable. And I think hot and cold players aren't really built for 1v1 tournaments. You know, they get by in threes, but in 1v1 tournaments you kind of have to be a hot all the time type of guy, like me.
Right, exactly, like you. I was gonna say, especially after COVID, looking so hot, Marky.
Like you. My roommate cut my hair, so all credit goes to him.
I know. I just wanted to get you talking about it.
It's not that bad. It could be worse.
You've returned to public.
Yeah, no more hats or
all right.
My lights are on.
No more beanies to cover it up. 2-1 in favor of ApparentlyJack. 45 seconds into the match here. Nice catch there by AztraL to keep that one out of the goal. Haven't seen anything from AztraL that really looks dangerous yet, so I'd be surprised if we see Jack respecting AztraL too much here. I think he's probably feeling like he can be quite aggressive still.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he closes AztraL down nice and early and he spaces well and doesn't back off too much, he should be fine. The real trouble with AztraL comes when you sort of back off too much, then he air dribbles, or you give him a chance to do some like weird flip reset stuff. That's when the real trouble comes. If you just pressure him and get up in his face, you're probably gonna be okay.
Composure there from Jack in defense. AztraL was in position to get a quick shot off of the dunk there, and Jack did not bite, but maybe a little slow out of the back corner here. Here comes AztraL with his plat strategies again, just rush the ball.
I mean, it worked. I think Jack maybe will feel a bit silly for letting that one go in. AztraL's looking, he had some, I don't know if you noticed earlier, he had a bit of room to dribble and he went for a weird air dribble and then pinched it into the corner. I think both players maybe not nervous, but feeling each other out a bit in these early stages. Neither looking super fantastic so far. Oh, until just there. See, that's why. Yeah, that's why you don't give AztraL too much space, because he'll just do something really creative and weird. Look at the power he gets on that. That's absurd.
That was a nasty pinch. I think he's one of those players where if you see him going for a pinch, you do back off because you know how much power he can generate on those. He's managed to take the lead now. Jack getting possession of the ball here in his back corner, but again, AztraL just sort of challenging from behind the ball.
Yeah, nice clutch save from Jack there. Had to get that exactly right, otherwise it was going to be a goal.
Not liking these full volley shots by Jack. They don't have nearly enough velocity to stop somebody from like AztraL from stopping them.
Maybe should have scored that. I mean, you would usually
probably
have your money.
That flick of Jack's at close range from the side there is looking good. That's the second one that's gone top bins.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're AztraL, you got to see that coming. I guess he did see that coming. He sort of pre-jumped it, but I feel like a high-level 1v1 player, that's only going one place, and that's top corner. I would expect AztraL to maybe get something on that, but obviously Jack's also very good at disguising what he's doing, so maybe I wasn't looking at it from AztraL's point of view. Maybe he disguised it really nicely or something, but probably should have saved it in my opinion.
Got a tie game, plenty of time left. Oof. Not a possession that you want to give away. Okay, AztraL seems to want to give it right back. Both players looking a little bit shaky right now in terms of possession.
Yeah, just maybe getting used to each other, warming up a bit. You know, they're definitely showing signs of brilliance as well. Just a little bit rough around the edges so far. Oh.
Nicely done by Jack to get back there. The quickness there with AztraL and the fluidity in his movement to get that shot was incredible.
Yeah, it was a really nice dribble, and we saw another example of it here. Cheeky challenge. I don't think Jack expected that challenge, and then, I mean, I know it's a simple finish really, but it just makes it look so nice, doesn't he?
He does. Gets those twirly whirlies in there.
Yeah, he gets the twirly whirlies in, and it's just so quick and elegant and pretty.
Yeah, gotta love it. It makes this whole thing that much more entertaining. AztraL down by 1 goal, or sorry, excuse me, up by 1 goal. With possession here. Ooh, good composure by Jack to not freak out on the goal line there.
Very good play. Yeah, that was pure 1v1 experience. He just held his ground, didn't bite on any of the baits, and then won the challenge, and that's a really good finish as well. That's a lot harder than it looks. You have to hit that, perfectly, really quite hard and to the left, otherwise AztraL will just save it.
Yeah, a player with AztraL's recovery skills, that's probably true of most of your shots, unless it's complete outplay, where he's completely out of the game. Oof. Another nice flick here from apparently Jack. These are all looking spot on for him.
Yeah, that's 1v1 main's bread and butter is getting those flicks right. That's when you're grinding ones and you're not an absolute beast, you get so frustrated with ones because people just flick it perfectly every time, and it's so hard to read. And Jack's a quintessential example of that.
I think Jack has AztraL beat in the one's hours, the amount of time spent on the game mode.
Yeah, he probably does. Although he's leaving gaps. This is a wee bit of a gap that you shouldn't be leaving. He gets a bit too close, steals the boost, but at what cost?
Probably a bit too late in that play to think about the boost steal.
Yeah.
AztraL certainly capable of putting a powerful shot on net from that position. Probably any position, really. That's the strength of AztraL, is the ability to shoot from anywhere, on the ceiling, on the ground, on the wall, in the air. The guy can really put a dangerous shot on net from anywhere. Case in point.
Nice. So quick. Like you sort of felt like Jack had that covered, and then he just swerves back in. Maybe a touch sluggish from Jack upon second review for the challenge, but still, he's just so sharp and quick with those. And that instinct to sort of pounce when you realize that your opponent's hesitating on a block or something. And now he's just got to hold onto the ball. It's his game to win really now. He's just got to... I maybe would have dribbled back into the boost there, but Jack's touch is a bit heavy probably.
And he convert it. Doesn't go for the boost. Oh, and AztraL doesn't get the boost either. Jack in a good position here.
Nice. Oh.
I was watching this from Jack's position, so I actually don't even know what happened to AztraL here. Did he go for up and under?
He landed on his face.
Ah, okay, I see. Bit of a Goomba stomp there. I didn't see the Goomba at all. I just saw from Jack's position. It looked quite weird.
It was a flying headbutt of sorts. Poor AztraL, he had no boost. He couldn't really get out of the way. Just watched this Jack slowly flopped onto his face. I think he had a chance to flick that, but maybe he shouldn't have flicked it. Maybe he would have gotten counted.
He probably thought he'd condition AztraL to expect that, since he scored probably 4 of those. 3 or 4 of those exact flicks, right? So
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he was trying to bait the pre-jump and then slide under. That could very well have been his plan.
Yeah, it might have been a good time to try it, but hard to sell when you don't have any boost at all.
Oh, no! Oh, that's an ugly goal to concede forward, man. Nicely done by AztraL, though. Just a little skirmish in the corner and then nice quick flick.
Oh, and throwing into the chat that he's not feeling very well for good measure.
Yeah, Extreme can't see the chat, can they?
No, they can't.
Yeah, so AztraL in chat said, dude, I'm feeling so bad. Do you think that's like a mind game? Like, oh, okay. Jack's like, oh, he's feeling bad and he still beat me.
Oh, and Jack coming back with the I'm downloading something I didn't know.
Yeah, he's saying, I have 12 to 20 ping usually.
Now they're just chatting about ping. It's good. It's just good banter. Just good banter here. So that last goal of the game there from AztraL, I'm guessing that's Marky's poo goal of the game.
It was a little better than a poo goal. It was a nice quick flick, really quick ball control. Yep. You know, spotted the opportunity quickly. But if you're Jack, you're maybe a bit disappointed. It was just, you know, it was a classic ones goal, just a weird like, you know, rattling the ball off each other really slowly, and then all of a sudden one of you pops out of possession. It was just an uncomfortable situation the whole time for Jack.
1v1 shuffle. I mean, thematically, if we're looking at that first game, it's pretty clear. AztraL, the theme for him is get the ball moving very quickly, and pass the opponent. I mean, that sounds sort of obvious, but he's doing an incredible job of moving the ball at an unexpected pace when Jack is quite close. It'll be interesting to see if Jack respects the distance a little more here, plays it a bit more safe, or if he continues to try to pile on pressure by closing the distance.
Yeah, I also I did say at the beginning of the game that the closing down would be the key, and I thought he closed down quite well. He just sort of made mistakes at key moments with like challenge timing and you know, just a few mechanical things. I'm thinking maybe nerves has something to do with it. Like Johnny said before, Jack has lost a couple of finals against, you know, one or two of them against players who you'd usually back him against. So maybe nerves are coming into it just a wee bit. Ugh.
You're going to want to see better defensive efficiency here from Jack. You got to get the save, and then you have to control the ball. And in this case, he didn't do either of those things, really. And AztraL was able to put that one away for a 1-goal lead 30 seconds into the match.
Yeah, well played from AztraL, but again, maybe nerves coming into play there. It was definitely a really awkward one to deal with. What is AztraL doing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, it was a nice shot by Jack. I think one that's quite easy for him, probably. But AztraL running to the back of the net to do an up and out save, but I don't think there was nearly enough time for that. Well, clearly.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, Jack did get that off really quick. It was such a delicate little first touch. Like, you know, the tiniest, the most subtle first touch to line him up for the flip. And then he just, you know, put it in. But I do think maybe the loop save was a bit ambitious.
AztraL missing a rare miss for him on a ceiling shot like that, especially from what we saw in the qualifiers. But you got to think that goal was close enough that it probably still put some fear in the heart of Jack on shots like that when AztraL's up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Jack had a lot of that covered. I think if that had been on target, Jack would have been in real trouble. He didn't look like he was going to save an on-target shot. Yeah, maybe be a bit more careful when AztraL's on the ceiling in the future, because he is, you know, probably one of the best ceiling shooters in the game. Bit
if not the
unfortunately hit the bar. Yeah, probably the best. You know, people like Alpha might have something to say. A couple of Americans might, you know, want a word or two, but certainly up there.
Gotta love those Americans and their ceiling shots. Obviously my go-to.
Yeah. Have you ever even hit a ceiling shot in free play?
I have not. I've attempted maybe 10 of all time.
There we go.
Easy goal here for Jack. 50-50 goes straight up, and unfortunately AztraL had quite a bit of follow through there.
Yeah, you would expect Jack to be the slightly better 50-50 taker of the two, being the more experienced ones player. You saw how huge an advantage being the better 50-50 player can be when we saw O'Khaled basically just. I mean, I didn't watch the whole series, but I did see him destroy Louis with a couple of nasty 50-50s. It can win you games, you know, plain and simple if you're better at 50s.
It was a huge part of that game, and I think, jeez, these air dribble bumps. There's no getting away from players like AztraL on these air dribble bumps.
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you give AztraL space. He'll just line up an air dribble bump, and you can't do anything about it because he's just so perfect. He puts himself right in front of the ball, and you're like, oh my god, what do I do? And then you get bumped in the face.
The 50-50 game of Khaled, I think one thing that other players could take note of is that not only was he, getting a lot of 50-50s, but he chose to take the 50-50 in a lot of situations where I think other players would just try to smash into the ball like AztraL did on that last play. I think Khaled...
Oh, man.
Fumbly-wumbly here by Jack on the wall.
Yeah, that was a fumbly-wumbly if ever I've seen one. Just get that to the corner. The boost... Oh, man. The boost is free in the corner. I think that's where he was going. I think he just really beamed his first touch. But yeah, you were saying about 50s.
Yeah, I think what Khaled does better than most players is that he chooses to take them when there's no chance that he's going to have a good shot anyway. So he just is like, okay, now I will take a favorable 50-50 instead of trying to shoot and losing possession.
Yeah, that's one thing. And another goal here for Jack off the 50-50. That's something that Fairy Peak's ridiculously good at as well. I remember 1v1ing him every now and then back when I was a bit more close to his level. And there would be times where I thought he'd go for a shot, it seemed like a standard shooting opportunity, and he would just sort of linger behind the ball and just destroy me on the 50-50 because I'm blocking a shot. So it's something that a lot of high-level 1v1 players do really well, is they take 50s and you think they're going to shoot or something.
Quick kickoff goal here for apparently Jack. Mark, if you're putting yourself back in the player's seat, what is your internal dialogue like right now if you're AztraL? And you're down 1 with a minute 45 left.
You just, this isn't a bad minute 45 and 1 goal is, may as well be tie game in my head. You're just fully trying to keep yourself focused, I would say. You're not thinking about changing strategy or anything. You're not thinking about, making weird plays or switching things up just yet. I think you're just fully trying to stay focused because you won the first game and you were leading this game. Your strategy is clearly at least pretty effective, so you're just trying to focus, I reckon. Not let the mind wander.
There's got to be at least a couple grunts in there and a come on, Marky, am I right?
Yeah.
Come on, Marky.
I don't know what come on is in French, like allez? Allez, AztraL, allez!
That's like, let's go. That's basically let's go. That'll go. That'll work, yeah. It's present in sports.
Yeah, maybe a few slaps. I used to give myself a little slap. But yeah, it's purely trying to stay focused at this point. Maybe flick.
And a really elegant boost grab there in the corner here.
Yeah, nicked it. Great first touch. Nice control. Lovely little tornado flick. Nothing Jack can even do about it, really.
I can't believe he got that based on the replay.
Yeah.
That was sort of insane. I think AztraL dropping an okay in the chat because he doesn't understand how he got that boost either.
Yeah, I think you'd feel a bit hard done by if you were Jack there and you lost that boost race. But, I mean, computer knows best. He must have won it by like a pixel.
Guess so. That must be what happened there. It was looked highly suspect. Jack in the air. Nice whip reset.
I love it. That's the clutch plays you need when you're playing 1v1 tournaments. Look at that. If he messes that up, that could very well be game 2 AztraL, but he doesn't. He just stays focused. Shove the nerves to the side, and then just scores a sweet flip reset. Now he's gonna take the game. What a man. what a beautiful man.
Today is the day apparently Jack became a man.
Yeah,
He's quite young, right? He's 16? 16? Such a nice lad, by the way. Just all our interactions with him during the tournament, he's just been so kind and nice to all the other players. Even when he's losing against a teammate, Dead Monster, in the qualifier final.
Yeah, I mean, it's not game over yet. It sort of felt like that was it, but then AztraL with a kickoff goal of his own, and all of a sudden, you know, he's got 14 seconds. Maybe the nerves will creep back in. He shoved them aside for a second, but not an official man yet. We'll see if he hangs on to his man status.
Okay, AztraL starting the dribble. Jack trying to protect his his manhood here. Nice defense from Jack. That should do it. Although AztraL's not letting the ball down. Nice. That's the way we all want to enter manhood.
With a demo.
Dispatching and destroying of our enemies in a brutal fashion. What, if anything, do you want to see more of from AztraL in this next match? Is there anything you'd like that you thought was really working and you'd like to see it continue? I mean,
I think he's playing pretty well tactically. I think that performance there was just a lot better from Jack. I would like to see a bit more air dribbles. His air dribble bump is ridiculously consistent because of that, you know, absurd ball control he has. I wouldn't mind seeing that a bit more often. You know, to be fair to him, Jack isn't really allowing him the space a lot of the time to set it up. But, you know, if you can find a way, those air dribble bumps are very consistent ways of scoring goals for him. So I'd like to see a bit more of that.
True. I just, as a spectator, would like to see a bit more sauce, you know? Some of the stuff that makes AztraL. See some banger ceiling shots, flip resets. I mean, whatever he wants to throw away, I'm fine with it. I think that is a key component whenever AztraL plays, because got a big intimidation factor for the opponent. I think, you know, seeing him make these mechanical plays that you've never maybe even seen anyone else do has an effect on the opponent's ability to have confidence to save it the next time around.
Yeah, so yeah, when you back in the day it was Cucks, when you saw Cucks like flying towards you going for a double touch, you would nice, well done, well played, Jack. You would sort of just fling yourself and close your eyes and hope for the best, and that's kind of the vibe you get with AztraL when he's going for like an air dribble. You sort of just, you know, jump and cry and cross your fingers a lot of the time. Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you.
Manly air dribble bump coming out for our boy Jack here.
Yeah.
Goes up 1 in round number 2. What a oof. I actually thought that was much more on than Jack did. Apparently, he had that red the entire time.
Yep. Nice flick. Well done.
Bread and butter.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this from AztraL's point of view and see if he maybe just beat it. Yeah. He's controlled it nicely off the wall. You don't usually expect the wall to, you know, the dribble on the wall to transition into a flick too much, but it did, and I think you've got to expect that against a player like Jack. Maybe a bit of a weak challenge from AztraL. That is, you know, you asked me for things that AztraL needs to improve on. Maybe his challenge timing. He's maybe a touch gung-ho from time to time with his tackles. Yeah,
you got to imagine he feels that way because he, you know,
nice,
really nice hook shot. This is again bread and butter stuff right here. It makes you feel like, you know, the 1v1 meta of old is still alive and well in a lot of ways.
Yeah, 1v1s have always been really uncomfortable for everyone. So sometimes taking it slow is the best thing to do. You know, a change of pace. You know, if you're playing really dynamic and quick, and you're, you know, really piling the pressure on with a lot of speed, sometimes slowing it down can really freak your opponent out and make them, you know, pre-jump something or go for something they wouldn't usually go for. Changing pace can really mess with your opponent's head at once.
Yeah, the ability to do that on command is also a difficult one. AztraL gonna... He's so good that I'm just like, he'll probably make this.
Yeah, I think he maybe had a heavy first touch. So he got the ball past Jack nicely, and I think it was a little bit heavy, so he couldn't quite, you know, he had to go for a really hard double touch angle to get the shot off. But that's the type of fun stuff you want to see from AztraL, though.
This challenge, the follow-up not very good. not good enough, that's for sure. I imagine that the change of pace, really nice touch
well
here.
Done.
Oh, no!
I think he could have just backflipped that, to be honest.
Yes.
I think that could have easily just been a backflip goal, but oh well. He's looking a lot sharper, Jack is. He's looking like the Jack we're used to seeing. He's controlling this game right now. AztraL has not looked, it's not looked like he's going to do any damage really.
Those couple missed chances would feel a lot worse if there wasn't a 3-0 on the board for Jack, I think is the thing, right? So he's got a lead, he feels comfortable, so not such a big deal. If he didn't have those scores on the board, we'd be feeling probably a lot differently about those misses.
Yeah, I was about to say he's had a lot more of the ball, but he's in real trouble here though. Nice flick. Maybe it wasn't a nice flick actually, probably should have scored. Oh well.
Nice touch by Jack, though, to get that out of danger there with what looked like very little boost. A nice demo here.
Should be a goal. Yep. Yeah.
And he converts this one. Or rather, lets AztraL do the work for him.
In complete control here. This is now you're starting to see the tactical prowess and the sort of decision-making and fundamentals really take him into the lead here. He's just getting all the decisions right, and it's causing AztraL to really struggle.
Sort of what we both expected when we made or cast our vote for Jack being the likely victor.
Yeah, I mean he's going to concede here, but I feel like AztraL's just had barely any time on the ball, but he's probably not going to be able to mount the comeback because Jack's just in complete control. I mean, if you control the ball enough, you are pretty much guaranteed to win because you're going to score eventually if you've just got the ball 80% of the time.
If you're Jack here, I think you need to be selective about your shots. Don't put shots on net that are really slow and easily counterable. Maybe don't dive so much.
Oh, nice challenge.
Really nice pre-flip to get back there. The first challenge, I'm not so sure about, but the pre-flip back was very good.
That was a real chance for AztraL to make it a 2-goal lead and be right back in this. Oh, that is not a good challenge from Jackie. Yeah, come on, man, you gotta see that coming. Poor challenge from Jackie. You're 3 goals up. The strategy of holding onto the ball has been working. Just be a bit more careful, Just
fake
waste some time. Yeah, fake some challenges, waste some time, Make AztraL work for it, don't give away soft goals like that.
Jack sort of looking like he faked going for the side boost so that he would lure AztraL in to go for the back boost. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but interesting strategy. Ooh, doesn't get a hard enough hit on AztraL. AztraL able to still make the save miraculously there.
Nice challenge. Could be a no. AztraL dips back in.
Does well is good. To get back in there. Yeah, it's still quite favorable for Jack.
This is good from Jack. He's controlling things again, controlling the boost, controlling the ball, keeping it in AztraL's half. Not getting too crazy with his moves, not taking himself out of the game. Nice and calculated. Yeah, this is good from Jack. This is the sort of strategy he needs to close this game out. No, what a shot.
Absolute ridiculous shot, and the speed at which he goes from the backside of the field into an attacking position is outrageous there.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like Jack was in complete control, and then all of a sudden I see AztraL on the ceiling, like, with his flip in his back pocket, ready to do some damage. I was, oh, goodness.
And that's when Marky's tone changed. Oh, great job, Jack. Oh, God, oh, no.
But still, it's 15 seconds. Just don't beat it. Nice composure. AztraL going for the Hail Mary demo there.
Oh man, I know that move all too well. The bash your face into the wall attempting to demo somebody. Unfortunately, backfiring here as Jack dribbles it across the field. I think he wanted to stop it there, but just had waited too long to have the brilliant idea.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter though. It shouldn't matter. This is pretty much the game. Yeah, this is much better from Jack. He's looking like himself, looking like a big man. Just great control, most of all. Just completely controlled the game. Well played.
It's good to have Jack's dad on the cast with me today.
Keep it up, son.
AztraL throwing in chat a be careful.
I like it.
Trying to channel his inner fairy peak. I'm not sure how effective that is when you've just lost the game.
Fairy Peak did it. When did Fairy Peak do it? He was like...
Fairy Pig did it as he was making a comeback during a game. And he just made a great goal. And he said, "Be careful."
Yeah, AztraL's done it right after smashing his teeth in against the wall.
Yeah, face planting and then saying, be careful, I might face plant again."
Careful not to stand on one of my strewn teeth on the floor.
Jack responded appropriately. "I'll try to be." Very literal, very kind boy.
I mean, that's kind of Jack's whole strategy at the moment. Oh no! Never mind. That's
It's
not being
working.
careful at all.
It's working. It is the key phrase. Apparently, it's working.
That wasn't remotely careful. Oh,
Jack
man.
jumping out of the way, doing his best fake kickoff impression for twos.
Oh no. Oh, he's just no, he's not gonna get back.
Oh no! It looked so it looked like he had it.
Let's watch this from his point of view. Maybe he wasn't careful enough. Let's see the replay.
He landed awkwardly, but I don't know if he could have got maybe like a pre-flip or something. Hit awkwardly into the post, but
yeah,
he landed awkwardly after his flip back. Nice save there.
Opportunity to take a 3-goal lead from AztraL here. Great defending from Jack though. Still, chance is still on. Oh. And he's
Actually,
free.
well, to get underneath AztraL there. It's a great way to stop momentum in that case.
Almost gone with the fake.
AztraL smartly keeping some boost here. And great composure on the goal line there.
Oh, it's gonna be bad.
It is bad.
Well played.
It's very bad.
It's certainly quite bad.
AztraL deploying a bump. Jack coming back with a counter punch that knocks AztraL into the other half.
He's running out of teeth.
He's gonna need dentures at this point. Jack cuts the lead in half to 1-2, and it looks like he's gonna get another one here.
That rear camera spam, I know that rear camera spam. That's come on, let's go, Jack. That's what he's saying to himself.
It could either be let's go, or it's like, I suck, I'm terrible. It's it's contextual, but either way, it conveys emotion. That's for sure. We got 2-2. We're only a minute into this game. And
nice, there we go.
Oh.
That's what I was talking about, Matthew. Look at
this. This is painful to watch.
What can you even do if you're Jack?
I don't know. AztraL accelerated so quickly through that. He got the touch earlier and transitioned to the bump phase a lot faster than most players do. Most of them kind of like, feather the boost and eventually get to the point where they're going to bump you. But AztraL was there pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's so difficult to do anything about. Like, you kind of have to dodge the bump, but when they... Oh, shot. Let's talk about this goal instead. Look at this is more my style. This is what I used to be able to do. Nice little tidy bounce dribble and just thinks it top corner. So beautiful. Just great finesse on the finish.
Completely agree, buddy, but you still got that. Come on, you could still do that. I've seen that. I see that on a daily basis from you.
Not against AztraL.
Well, no. He's at a much higher rank because I keep D-ranking you, but you still got that. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop being nice. Okay.
Yeah. Weirdo.
Very uncomfortable for us. Ooh. This is
some rear camera spam from Jack, the other type.
the painful type. This is the second time we've seen Jack go for the boost when it's really not an essential part of the play. try to, like, you know, rob the boost of AztraL there, but putting himself out of position and making it a very easy counter goal for him. I think he wants to minimize those goals as much as possible and get AztraL shooting a lot of crazy goals where he has the potential to bean it and give Jack his own counterattack.
Yeah, that was definitely an overcommit there. Something which for the most part, to be fair to Jack, he's been very good at avoiding. He's definitely been he's definitely been very controlled in his approach and his decisions. So, you know, it happens sometimes. Oh man.
Quick challenge, even quicker recovery. AztraL up 2.
Bit of a Johnny Boy dribble there.
Spent a long time with the ball on his head there.
Yeah.
Wasn't looking threatening at all either, right? Didn't look like he was ready to flick it. So AztraL not even thinking twice about that challenge.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of saw the challenge a mile off as well. Like, he swerved into it and then came. Oh, naughty boy. What a cheeky wee guy. What is this about? You just think he's going to slam this top corner. He's like, nah, I'm going to double touch flip reset this one. Oh.
Ooh. Double touchy wutchies. Am I right, buddy?
Yeah. Double touchy wutchies.
Threw a backflip shot in there, an homage to Marky Duda in his glory days.
Yeah. Except mine would have gone top corner. Oh man.
True.
Oh no! AztraL! What'd you do that? Egg. Just, oh man. If Jack scores this, I feel like AztraL's gonna lose it mentally. Oh? Alright, chance for redemption. Do something really cool to redeem yourself. He's figuring it out. he's working on it.
Computing. Oh, these last couple dribble plays from Jack are really unsavory.
Yeah, they're very...
Maybe that's not the right word, but whatever.
they're
they kind of suck. I'll say that. It's just lack inspiration. They're not scary enough to make AztraL do
Here
something.
we go. This is more like it.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, from Johnny Boy back to Jackie Boy with his dribbles. AztraL confused in the chat. You got bumped, mate. That's what happened. Oh, right. He's talking about the open net. Yeah, I don't know how you missed that either.
yeah. We're all thinking that, AztraL. Totally understandable that you would want to talk it out with somebody.
yeah. Maybe on a nice comfy chair in a nice warm office.
At an hourly rate.
An hourly rate. That's what I'm getting at. Thank you.
That was right there with you. It's just, you know, add a little tag on the end there. Jack getting back into this game. It's a 2-goal lead, 4-6 for AztraL.
Should be 7-3, but we'll forget about that.
Yes, that is totally true.
Let's hope he wins this game so he actually gets some sleep tonight.
Wow.
I thought you had the bump.
Yeah, you know, I didn't watch that from Jack's perspective. Maybe I should have.
Oh. No, he's gonna get countered now. No.
The wheels fall off. Bro, I cove so bad. I feel so bad in game. Yeah, this series is dreadful. Haha. Epic conversation between these players during this this game here.
Yeah, really? Negative vibes. No one's. Yeah, I'm
not from us. You know what? I'm having a great time, honestly. I think both players may be feeling the nerves a bit of the stakes.
Oh no, AztraL's. Oh man, AztraL's morale just took a tumble off a cliff.
I really love this dainty touch from Jack. AztraL coming in from Narnia trying to block this one.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even that bad a challenge. It was just a very good, quick chip.
It was.
But AztraL, poor AztraL, man. That's no sleep tonight if he doesn't clutch this game. He'll be lying in bed all night thinking about that open goal miss.
Which one?
Come on, you can do it. Oh, yes!
What a shot!
And there it is. That's a good night's sleep, maybe. Maybe. Whoa, what on earth?
So dirty.
But he can't score the open goal. can't score the open goal. Come on, I want him to clutch this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm worried that if he
unbiased,
doesn't, I'm worried that if he doesn't, it's just going to be a complete meltdown in the series here. One goal between them. Jack gonna. I think AztraL's gonna challenge early.
Nice, well done, AztraL.
Yeah. Salvage the comeback there.
Yeah.
1 goal win.
Salvaged a full night's rest as well.
Some of the worst shots we'll probably see in the tournament, and also some of the best.
Yeah, you're right. It's a very hot and cold game from both players actually. Both going from Johnny Boy to AztraL very, very quickly.
AztraL sends an apology to you, chat, apologizing for the dreadfulness of the game. I don't think he really needs to do that. I mean, there were some bonehead plays, obviously, but there's some really hype plays as well.
That last shot was absurd. There's like he's probably the only player in the world that can do that type of shot. Just so quick and so accurate. It was I can't get over it.
Yeah, the confidence that went along with it is absolutely insane. Here we are, game 5 between 2 titans of the salt mine. 2 players adept hitting the wall.
And maybe it just escaped him. I don't know. Maybe it just escaped him. It kind of looked like he might. I don't know.
Looked like he should have had it, but of course we don't get to go back and analyze that yet. Maybe one we can analyze later, or Jack will be running through his head, as he said, before he goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Giving AztraL a 1-goal lead at in this game 5 here.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. It looked like he maybe was just out of reach. Maybe.
Potentially. And if that's true, then you gotta just dribble it away as opposed to trying to shoot it. Like, I expect a player of his caliber to know if he can make that or not.
It was just so close though, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, he was gonna get it back.
Nice demo. AztraL spawning in, but no way to get back in time. Tied up. We haven't seen many demos, actually.
No, we haven't. I'm trying to think what that is. It's not really either of these players' style, really. You know, maybe Jack a little bit, but they're both quite mechanical.
The closest we've seen to it is Jack tripping AztraL on the follow-through of some of his shots. Oh, AztraL with a rare ceiling shot miss.
Nice. Butt volley.
Again, 1v1 bread and butter, the butt volley.
It was beautiful, look at that.
It was, yeah.
Just kicks him up the arse.
Absolutely smashed him. Puts the ball in. An easy tap in, 62 kph for AztraL. And now he's got a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, yes! Look at him go.
It's getting grimy in here, Mark.
Yeah, some haymakers coming out. Great flick and then really powerful bump. Ooh, set him flying.
Tyson in his prime.
Yeah. Hopefully,
which means he hit really hard. Really hard.
Yeah.
Are you aware, in your age group, are you aware of Mike Tyson? Like, in that
of course.
Way? Okay.
Yeah, no, of course. There's like, no, that's not an obscure reference at all. Like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, I feel like no matter how old, how young you are, you know those names, you know who those people are.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Jack on the dribble here. Nasty flick, but AztraL does well to block it, and it's probably going to get a counter goal here. This is the game that I was hoping Jack would play. AztraL's playing it quite well right now. Jack taking a lot of chances, a lot of risks.
Yeah, maybe a bit tame at that finish. You know, if you're going to go for a finish like that, you have to be sure you're going to score, because, you know, it wasn't... You know, it was a quick, good counter, but it wasn't like a ridiculous counter that you wouldn't expect. You know, most... You know, even like regular Grand Champs probably counter that with that speed, so... A bit poor from Jack, really, to give away a goal like that.
And this one even... Oh, no.
Okay,
I was going to say, this one even more poor, but then AztraL is going blow for blow with Jack on beaning these shots here.
might give him the benefit of the doubt again. Maybe Jack would have got back. Probably not, if it was a good shot.
But maybe like he could have scored it. I don't know. That didn't
yeah, I'm pretty sure he could have scored it.
seemed like as big of a question mark as the other goal. Nicely done by Jack to stay strong on the goal line there. And is that in? It's oh no! Oh. Good finish here by Jack. Really an insane dunk.
Yeah, a bit. Again, I mean, I hate being mean to these players, but probably not a good challenge from AztraL, really. Sort of pretty obvious what he was going to do, and then Jack read it unsurprisingly, and it was never going to end well, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, listen, I think compared to your casting in the qualifiers, you're being incredibly kind. You're fine. You're fine, you know?
All right, okay.
You're not being mean to anybody. Jack can flick to the top right corner at any time. I don't know why he doesn't just keep doing this alone.
Yeah.
He scored every one of them he's attempted against AztraL, I think.
Yeah, just so accurate. You know, not ridiculously powerful, but just so ridiculously accurate. Just top corner every time. Really good at picking his corner as well. Always picks the most awkward place for AztraL to save it. Oh, just gets back there for the block. Nice decision there. A lot of players would have gone for the boost, but I like the turn on the ball.
Okay, it's just barely off. Jack putting on the pressure here, getting closer than he needed to there probably, but able to get the demo still. And now he finds himself with the ball and space.
AztraL, what are you doing?
He did. GG's. AztraL throwing a GG's in the chat. So AztraL did this in the last game that I watched of him with Johnny, but this one is just quite off. But AztraL did this where he drifted into place with the in reverse, and then makes the backflip challenge. But yeah, there he clearly sliding to the left of Jack in a place where Jack is not feeling threatened at all, and Jack dribbles it in easy.
Slid right past him.
He did.
Just right past him. It was like Jack was a cone and AztraL was doing Gymkhana or something.
Oh. AztraL maintaining possession there on the 50-50. We got ourselves
great shot.
Really nice shot. Makes Jack pay for sort of sloppy possession here. Did he have to get rid of the ball? No, not really.
Yeah, pretty sloppy. Great shot. I mean, pretty standard practice for a high-level player to be able to bang that like that, but still, great shot.
Yeah, and it's got him up a goal with 1:20 left, and it's a big deal at this point in time.
Yeah, chance to go 2 up. Oh no, that was nice. I like that. Snake hips, but just hit the post.
Post hips. Oh my goodness!
Let's go.
Oh! What a save! Jack, I think being very lazy there, right? Like, he should have scored that, right?
I don't know, I was looking from AztraL's perspective, and all I saw was like wall, and then he did like a side flip save out of nowhere. I wasn't sure what was going on, to be completely honest.
Oh no. Oh no.
This could be it. Come on.
Jack gets back in time.
Not quite.
He has the
great
ball.
Chance to counter. What a read from AztraL. Left his near post open, but I guess must have known deep down that he could make the make the save.
Still enough time here. AztraL challenging aggressively in these last couple seconds here. 10 seconds on the clock. Now, will he challenge aggressively again?
Great pre-jump.
Pre-jumps it. Jack getting the boost. And Jack maintains possession. Oh, you can't stop. Oh.
Great play from AztraL.
Really great series overall from these boys. AztraL unleashing the aggression in the last 20 seconds there. Jack exiting the game. I think he's feeling that one pretty hard right now. But GG's to these players. Incredibly exciting match from AztraL and ApparentlyJack.
Yeah, that defending at the end from AztraL was ridiculous. That was so fun to watch. He was just flopping around in his goal like a fish out of water, but he's making saves nonetheless. So that was
Yeah, that
was
final
exciting.
final pre-jump there. You know, if you looked at those like final offensive spurts from Jack, I think he, you know, he didn't do terribly, but he didn't. I don't know if he sold it really hard as well. You know, it didn't seem like he did everything he could do in terms of fakes or you know, making AztraL go early and biting on the first fake, etc. It kind of just seemed like he took the shot, maybe a little bit nervous there,
Yeah,
but either way, incredible defending, incredible last second stand there from AztraL.
yeah. I
Really,
mean,
really great stuff.
if you're Jack, there's 100% something you could have done to steal the goal at the end there, but he maybe a little bit unimaginative, maybe some nerves coming back, maybe lost sight of his manhood a touch. Definitely could have come up with a goal there had he played a touch better, but just great defending from AztraL.